Grand rising, grand day, depending upon where you are in this world of this beautiful Mother Gaia. And I want to say, what a beautiful Wednesday. Thank you all for tapping in on Instagram Live as well as YouTube Live for another Rising with Ra. And I am your sacred space pharaoh, CHRISTOLIGHT, or Marcus, whichever one you'd like to call me. And wow, what a beautiful day it's been already. And I gotta say, changes are unfolding, new chapters are arising, and beautiful vibrations are opening up for us during these times as we are now shifting out of the 1122 portal, the Union codes, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua codes, very profound, potent energies yesterday. And how is everybody out there? How was everybody's 1122? And I want to say blessed and happy new moon in Sagittarius as well. A lot of pushing forward into new adventures, new beginnings and chapters with the new moon in Sagittarius. And then the union codes yesterday of 1122. It's a time of really restoring balance within our own self, restoring balance with our own masculine and feminine within our own being, as well as in the relationships in our life. And these relationships, it doesn't have to be romantic partnerships. It can be your family relationships. It could be your friends, your soul family. But most importantly, it's the relationship with self. And we're really being assisted and kind of nudged forward into adventuring and exploring new aspects not just of the outside world, but new aspects of our own being. And we're shedding a lot of old programs, a lot of old limitations, belief patterns, and with that comes the opening of that lotus petal flower, where it starts to draw in new rays, new chords of light, so we can experience different depths, different vibrational levels and perspectives of our own self that have either been kind of limited, maybe a little bit blocked up, or just not brought to the surface yet for us to see. And yeah, the biggest reminder I could really give us is just remember your balance of self-time along with your external time. And your external time, whether that's with a relationship, with your collective giftings, or as well as your business and projects. Try to maintain that balance with the self-care, the self-time and energy, along with all of these things. And you'll find that it's a lot more joyful, a lot more happier, and a lot more clean and clear and smooth whenever you don't forget yourself. And it all starts with the self when it comes to our personal reality. Welcome in, everybody. And today here on Rising with Ra, on this new moon in Sagittarius, we will be at the end of the live doing a Soul Star Chakra REIKI activation. And I'll also educate you a little bit about the Soul Star Chakra for those of you that are not aware of it. And here in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and open us up with our collective card reading for this new moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday. And for those of you that don't know me out there, I'll give myself a little brief introduction. I am a certified Reiki practitioner. certified crystal healer. I have been doing guided meditations for about 6 years. I also do light language activations. I do oracle card readings. I do Akashic Records meditations, as well as soul origin and trauma healing meditations. And then I also offer coaching, such as chakra balance coaching, as well as intuitive life guidance. And with this intuitive life guidance, it encompasses recognizing shadow work, integration, mother wounds, father wounds, inner child, and some other things as well. And you can find all of these in the descriptions through the link in my bio whenever you click on book a holistic service. And it's also in my highlights as well on my Instagram page. And you can find my services pinned to the top of my page as well. And I created Sacred Light back in 2018 after I had gotten out of prison. And I went to prison for selling psychedelics, plant medicines, and some festival drugs. And I went in, taught some people meditation, discovered even more layers of myself that really pushed me forward in my strength and power. And I got out inspired, wanting to create Sacred Light as a space to start bridging communities and bridging our conscious collective through sharing our tools, our gifts, our knowledge, wisdom, and stories through many different facets. Some of these facets, my podcast, Sacred Light Conversations, which you can actually find on YouTube. And I also do live on here on Instagram every once in a while. And holding spaces like Rising with Ra as an open community space. And then doing the other things I do, like I described earlier. These are just some of the ways that Sacred Light is what it is to help bridge the communities and provide easier access to conscious knowledge tools and connect our stories. So thank you all that support, show love, and be in these spaces. And you're making the difference, not just for me, but you're making the difference for yourself. And then on top of that, you're making the difference in creating ripples for the collective, along with your family, friends, soul family, galactics, ancestors. It's all tied together. We're all interconnected. And I invite you to try to remember that through each of your actions, through each of your thoughts, and through each of what you decide to tell yourself and do. Because everything is interconnected. We're all that cosmic ocean, and our ripples, they're not unheard. The ripples happen. So thank you all. So much gratitude and love. Hey, thank you for popping in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do our, excuse me. Let me drink some water. Hydration check for everybody out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a collective card reading for this beautiful Wednesday. New moon in Sagittarius. That's so powerful that we have a new moon in Sagittarius directly after 11/22. I mean, talk about like, let's go. Let's move forward. Let's start striving, prospering, bring it together. Start projecting beautiful whole projects, whole gifts into the world. Ashe, ashe. And for anybody out there that would like to be a royal guest here on Rising with Ra, feel free to direct message me and we can get you set up. If you want to share a collective card reading, if you would like to do a meditation, a yoga practice, anything for the conscious collective, you're more than welcome to be a royal guest here on Rising with Ra. Just message me and we can figure out whether it's going to be a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, and we can get you on here so you can share yourself with the collective as well as provide your gift. And if you have been on here before, you're more than welcome to come on again. So today's collective card reading is going to be sponsored by the Light Language Oracle. And this one is by Chloe Metcalf. And Chloe Metcalf, she's really unique with the way she did this, and it's really inspiring and really cool. She sat in meditation and she channeled all 52 of these guides. So all these guides just came through. She channeled all of them, and every single one of these guides are unique and actual guides that you can connect with. So when I pull out these cards, we're working with these guides that you can connect with yourself and work with throughout the day, or, any time, because time isn't parallel or linear. Do a Reiki. Play some Reiki sound bath in the background for us. Not sure if you guys will be able to hear it, but I'll turn it up to see. $11:33. Oh, snap. Gotta say, man, I want to see some more brothers in this space. Where are all the kings at these days? I'm ready to see some more kings step up to the plate. Start balancing and healing their feminine side with their masculine. I'm calling it in right now with spirit, setting that intention. I just want to remind everybody too that in this space you are divinely protected, you are guided, you are blessed for the opportunity of pure clarity, unconditional love, and sacred support. And you are also safe to let go of expectations and obligations of the outside world that have been placed upon you or by your own self. In this space, you are allowed to just be, receive, and be who you are. If you guys ever want to have some really good background music or just really good singing bowls, Healing Vibrations on YouTube. This man does hours and hours of singing bowls straight. Doesn't even say a word the whole time. It is just pure channeling. He's amazing. He's incredible. Ooh, okay. So here we are, our collective card reading on November 23rd, 2022. New moon in Sagittarius. Oh, okay. So my beautiful queen, holistic butterfly, just let everybody in the collective know that this is for everybody here on YouTube Live as well. 1133 symbolizes that you are in perfect synchronization with your true self, your soul's spiritual essence, and universal consciousness. Ah, how beautiful. And wow, that goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about in this opening, with going into the 1122 divine union codes yesterday, and now moving into this pushing forward of new adventures, new beginnings, new chapters with this pure balance state of the new moon in Sagittarius. I mean, how perfectly aligned could that be? And thank you, Divine Queen. And yes, just so everybody knows, I am safely and happily in Costa Rica, exploring the jungles, getting ready for the retreats coming up. And yeah, can't wait to share some reels at the beach, you know, traveling into the jungle, doing my thing. And it's going to be some good meditation videos coming, that's for sure. Keep your eye out for that. So our collective card reading here today on this beautiful, beautiful day. Our first card is going to be the Goddess of River of Time. I really like this card a lot, and I'm so glad it came out. And this wonderful goddess guide of the light is working with us today. I'll go ahead and read it for you guys. So, River of Time, indulgence, self-care, abundance, and soul worth. River of Time reminds you that you are allowed to indulge in earthly pleasures and that you are also worthy of physical abundance. If River shows up in your reading, she is letting you know that you may have blocked your flow of abundance in whatever form. Take a look at the stories you have been taught around money as a child. Does it make you greedy to have money? Or does it scare you to have spare money? Gratitude, my dear, is the key to unlocking abundance. When you haven't allowed the flow to continue, saying, I am open to receiving my abundance, will get the flow started. Take some time to indulge in self-care, be it a bubble bath, wonderful clothes that you like, something delicious. You deserve to feel worthy of luxury experiences. Time and time again, you feel like you're unworthy of your desires. We are often told, because we are spiritual or religious, that our desires are sinful. But there's always balance in our desires, as long as we aren't gluttonous. Treating ourselves can be a healthy form of self-care. If the ego card comes up with this card, this is a sign that you need to get your wants, needs, and desires in check. A little too much of something is never really good for the soul. Ashe. And that is our first card for the collective reading today, River of Time. So what I also intuitively draw from this to share with all of you today is, oof, man, where do I start with this? So sometimes we inherit and take upon, without even being conscious of it, limited beliefs and blocks surrounding abundance and money from our family, whether it's our mother's side or our father's side. We may not be conscious of it. You know, the things that we as a child grew up and continuously heard repeated surrounding money and about the way to make money and what money means in life from our mother and father, it ingrains in our subconscious. It programs us. It trains us to believe the way that they believed. And, you know, back then, during our parents' time, the consciousness around money wasn't really as evolved as it is now, I'd have to say. Welcome in, Harmony. And yeah, that stuff can really get taken into our system, and it can create blocks within our own psyche and within our own system surrounding abundance and money. So then, as conscious beings, it then becomes our responsibility for our own self, not for others, but for our own self, to start working on deprogramming these belief patterns and limited beliefs, and then reprogramming and expanding our abundance flow. And there are many different ways out there to do so. There are consistency with meditations, affirmations. There are programs out there. There are people that you can work with. There's coaches. And there's some other ways as well. Now, money isn't everything. It certainly doesn't need to be your end-all be-all about your life. But you also have to be grounded and rooted in the reality of the world we live in, as well as what we are a part of. And we live in a world where money is a currency. It is a currency for us to trade, to be able to share energy in material forms in order for us to eat food, drink clean water, as well as other things. Now, I know this might not sit well with everybody. You might want to be rebellious of it. You might want to hate it. But you gotta ground. You gotta ground in reality. And there's also a deeper understanding to money, and that our energy is the currency. Where we are within ourselves, with our current of energy, is how we're able to draw in and attract the material currency in our life. And also with this card, we're being reminded of self-care. How does self-care relate to abundance, you may ask? Well, if we are not providing self-care for ourselves, if we are not staying in balance with our own spiritual hygiene, balancing our energy centers, balancing our mind, balancing our emotions, as well as our physical, with what we're putting out what we're using with our creative energy, then we can become imbalanced with our energetic flow. And the less that we keep our inner currency flowing smoothly, cleanly, seamlessly, then as within is also so without. We're going to feel blocked up in what we are receiving because our magnetic field, because we all have a electric magnetic field, is not radiating out as much as we would like. And, this is where meditation, affirmations come in, as well as doing manifestation work, law of attraction, are keys. So just try not to get too focused and pent up on the material, and try to remember that it begins with yourself and your own energy and the magnetic currency that you are putting out in order to attract. And then last thing with that card is also, if you feel like you really enjoy something, and maybe not everybody enjoys it in this world. They may think it's like, not as spiritual, not as healthy, not as good. I mean, it doesn't matter. If it resonates for you within your own self, it helps you feel clear, helps you feel joyful, helps you feel love, and it's not doing any harm, it's not hurting others, then it's okay to indulge in it every once in a while. Whether it's a dessert or a treat that you like, some type of food, whether it's a sports team, whatever it is, if you enjoy it thoroughly and it brings you into joy and a pure magnetic state, then just let it be. Enjoy it every once in a while. Enjoy it while you can, while you're in this body and you're on this earth. We're not going to have these specific lives again. And to just get rid of things that keep your inner child happy, keep your energy circulating in joy and peace and purity. I don't see why you should have to. As long as it's not keeping you from growing and evolving and getting in the way of being your best self, go for it. But just remember your balance of indulging. Welcome, Fifi. Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody else. So our first card for today's collective reading is River of Time. Our second card is going to be the goddess Vesta. So Fifi, just to recap with you and everybody else, the first card, River of Time, regards around abundance, self-care, and reprogramming ourselves around money and our belief patterns with money. Our second card, Vesta, I'm glad that resonated, Nasafi. I believe that is correct. Huh. I can't unpin the comment. I guess it's meant to be there the whole time. 11:33 it is. So Vesta, water goddess, flow. Ooh. That already starts bringing a lot of gears turning for me. after that first card. We got River of Time, and now we have Vesta with Water Goddess and Flow. So Vesta came into my life when I needed to find peace. And this is coming from Chloe Metcalf. She channeled all of these beings in meditation and then shared what their traits are in these cards. Her energy of flow is perfection. Vesta's messages are always ancient, like tides rolling in and out of our lives. She reminds us that not everything stays forever. Sometimes people will come and go, or situations will flood into our life that subside. Know that is all for a reason. First and foremost, flow. Go with it. You don't need to force anything. The floods will come and the rains will pour, but the river will always flow again. Flow can be related to water, abundance, or general energy. There is a time for rest and a time for movement. Your guidance from Vesta is to now listen to the flow of energy. Perhaps it is time for you to try a new direction of life. Feng shui your home or sacred space. Changing your furniture around will help open up or redirect the flow of energy in your life. She also talks about drinking more fluids or spending time near or in a body of water. Water is, after all, the source of all life. Whatever it is, feel out your direction and float. See where the goddess Vesta takes you. Ashe. I really like that, man. That correlates so well with the first card. And it shows you that, or us, I should say, because it's showing me as well, as we are all one collective. It is also showing me that we are being assisted big time right now to step into our authentic flow. Be who we truly are inside and allow that to reign true upon our journey and our path. And as they say with this card, with the goddess Vesta, everything comes and goes. So if you're staying authentic and true to yourself, you're working on your balance, trying to stay in balance, and you are flowing in balance. I mean, the people that don't stay in your life, they weren't meant to stay in your life that long. But they were in your life for a reason, for a season, and they shared their energy with you, and you shared your energy with them. You're still eternally connected on a soul level, and it's all okay. They're on their journey, you're on your journey. Maybe you'll come back around, maybe not. But that is the great mystery of life. And that's why we're being reminded not to attach, but allow ourselves to flow. Flow with these rhythms. Flow with the harmony. Flow with where you intuitively feel your guidance system drawing you to. And sometimes you're being drawn nowhere. Honor that. Honor when you are being drawn to self-time, to silence, to being still. We don't have to always force ourselves to flow somewhere else, flow around people, flow around belief patterns about others that have been told to you about your life. Very nice, Fifi. I like that. Yeah, it's always good to just move stuff around the house every once in a while, get that energy flowing and circulating. And it brings like a fresh sense to your psyche, I feel like, and brings new flows of energy. And speaking of water, make sure you guys are hydrating very well, because the water, that life provider, which we're made mainly of in this human vessel, helps that flow through us and circulate our different aspects of our body, including our mind, our brain, our heart, and toxins and other things. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, with these beautiful codes and beautiful energies that we're evolving through right now, with 1122, this new moon in Sagittarius, the River of Time, and this Vesta card, balance with your authentic self is so key right now. And you may find this true for yourself. I know I find it true for me, is when I focus on my balance, my foundation of routines and practices daily as the forefront of my life, everything really unfolds a lot smoother, a lot easier, a lot more beautiful. But it's when I get out of whack with my own balance, my own routines, my own foundation that I've created for myself, that stabilizes and anchors me into my wholeness. Then that's when things get a little rigidy and you get some logs in the stream. And you can start externalizing your power. You start blaming and shaming and a bunch of other things. If you don't have routines, big suggestion I'll give is see what aspects or areas you can build routines for a solid foundation for yourself. I find it healthy to be able to begin your day not externalizing your power, but internalizing your power. And being able to have that firm foundation within yourself. And then you go into the external world, bringing your whole self, bringing your balanced self. And then you're able to receive that type of energy magnetized back. And this ties directly into our first card, the River of Time, with our abundance flow. The way we are able to receive and also have a perspective around money. That self-care. And then exactly what we were saying with Vesta, our second card of the collective reading. The more you focus on this stuff, the more you stay in alignment with it, the more seamless that river is going to flow through you. And when I say that river, I'm talking about that spiritual prana. Welcome in, welcome in. So our final card for the collective card reading on this Sagittarius new moon is the portal. The portal guide is with us again. So I'll read it out of the book. I'm pretty familiar with this card now, but I'll read it for everybody out there. Welcome, welcome everybody. Appreciate you all for being here and tapping in. Grand Ra Rising. So the portal, time traveler, parallel universes, deja vu. The portal guide comes to assist you when things feel just a little strange. Like when you have that sense that things have happened in a dream. He offers you a sign that the universe is rearranging you and your world and changing the timeline path that you're walking for your highest and greatest good. You might be going through a time of planetary retrogrades and things just feel out of place. Use this time to revisit and revise your life situations. This time traveler also talks to you about past life connections to the current situation you are facing. For example, if you are in conflict with another person, this relationship has a past life lesson in store for you. Time can heal all wounds, they say. And this is exactly what this opportunity is gifting you. Take time out to really see if you can feel out what the lesson is here so that you won't have to repeat it time and lifetime again. Take time to heal past life ties, signs that your life is able or is about to head down a different path, or that your dreams are reflections of other lifetimes lived. And that's where we cap off our collective reading today on this new moon in Sagittarius. And wow. The Portal Guide. So with that being our final card and our third, that is where we're heading into. So we're being reminded heading into this really big shift and portal of what has really began to open up big time with these last 2 days. We're being brought to remember our sovereignty, our independence of who we truly are authentically, to remain in balance with our authentic self, as well as the self we give to the collective. Taking time to do self-time, self-analysis, self-care, looking at our mother wounds, looking at our father wounds, our inner child, seeing where our deepest blocks are when it comes to abundance, when it comes to money, when it comes to belief and limited thought patterns surrounding our career, our independent entrepreneurship, what we're capable of, and how to do it. I know it's definitely a thing out here in this world, in this human experience, for us to very quickly get drawn into frustration or anger or disappointment about creating a new path for ourselves or taking up upon a independent entrepreneurship. And I just want to remind us that it's a process. It's a very delicate, intimate, divine process that involves shedding many layers, deprogramming the past versions of yourself, along with the ancestral ties and patterns that are still limiting your energy because of being in the bloodline. These are things that we inherit metaphysically. And with that said, I don't want us to look at this as all negative or bad things. This is the duality of this 3D and 4D dimensional life that we're in this current human experience. And it's a blessing in disguise, because not only do we inherit these limiting patterns and beliefs, but through our actions, through our new programming of thoughts, we get to remember our true power. We get to remember our authenticity. And we also get to help our brothers and sisters, whether it's blood family, soul family, collective, rise up rise together like we do here on Rising with Ra, through the wisdom that is obtained in these experiences, through the knowledge that we remember about how to be our sovereign conscious power, and just bringing it all together, because it all comes back around. And I just want to give honor for a moment to the ancestors for their experiences, for the wisdom, for the gems that they have dropped along the way. And I want to honor them also for where they were at their conscious level. Despite us taking upon limited beliefs or programs around money and other things that are not serving for our highest. Because of these things I just said, it allows us to remember, strengthen our power, and become more fruitful of wisdom as we move forward. And this creates amazing grid work and allows us to anchor in fresh, new chapters of life. It's all connected. So honor to them for where they were and their conscious level. And you know, I would want the same thing in the future by the future generations. I wouldn't want the future generations to look back at me or any of us here in this space and for them to be angry or disappointed or hateful of us because we were operating at the conscious level that we were operating at, doing our best at what we knew and could, especially with the way that manipulation is taking place, mind control, and a lot of other factors that have distorted us in this human experience. And we also got to think too, you know, these ancestors, I mean, some of them at least, they're not working with Wi-Fi and internet, global connection every single day. You know, this is true rooted stuff of nature, studying nature, going within the self, and just learning from tribe to tribe in person. They did amazing for where they were on this planet. Truly amazing. But yeah, this final card, the Portal Keeper, Portal Guide, just assisting us in moving forward in this new moon Sagittarius energy, which is new chapters, new beginnings, the explorer and adventurer. We're adventuring into these new aspects of ourselves. And through these new aspects of ourself within that we clear up and open, we then project it into our space, and that's what we attract. So just a reminder, self-care, recognizing our limited belief patterns and programmings, and taking advantage of spaces that are created to help coach, teach, and guide us through healing and acknowledging things like our mother wound, our father wound, our inner child, limited beliefs about money, and overall self-care and health. Take advantage of these spaces that are being held. There are many of us out there. There are many of us that are holding spaces for you guys to be able to draw in the knowledge, listen to the wisdom, and apply these tools with support and guidance, hand to hand, side by side, for you to be able to unlock and evolve into a greater version of yourself. Such as myself, I got my trauma healing workshop coming up this Saturday. I hold it every Saturday now, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pillars to Freedom. This Saturday, we're going to be doing the mother wound, and it's just $33. You get a guided meditation, REIKI, affirmations, as well as reflecting and consciously releasing and drawing out your traumas and experiences. And then there's others of us as well, including my partner, Holistic Butterfly, who offers many different things, holistic life coaching, brain rewiring, and some other things as well. So take advantage of the opportunities. There are many of us out there that are opening up these hotspots. And, I really wish when I was in the beginning of my awakening back in like 2014, I was surrounded with a huge soul family collective like we all are now, or just heard online of space after space after space after space being created with people's passion, selflessness, and love for people in their awakenings to be able to grow and evolve with support and be provided with tools and knowledge that you usually don't get. I mean, man, I really wish I could have had that back in the beginning of my time. But it's all by design. And being a Leo moon sign, I'm built to thrive on my own when it comes to my self-learning and the way that I evolve and learn about myself, so I can give back and hold these spaces. And that is our collective card reading for today. I definitely trust that we received exactly what we needed for where we are in our vibration, to be reminded of the keys and awareness of self as we evolve through this 11/22 and new moon in Sagittarius gateway. And real quick, before I step into our self-healing Reiki for the day, which will be the Soul Star Chakra, I want to remind and bring to awareness for those that don't know that tomorrow is what a lot of people would like to call Thanksgiving, or the holiday. Me personally, I'm not really too attached to these mainstream holidays, but I will say I honor my family and I honor genuine connection. And that is one thing I do enjoy about these type of spaces, is the genuine connection and just being with family, whether it's blood family or soul family. But I'm well aware of the history behind these holidays, as well as the type of energetic beings surrounding them. And yeah, I'm not really big into celebrating them. So what I like to do is I now like to create my own spaces during these holidays. And with creating these own spaces, I like to set the intention of keeping an open, sacred community space for the souls out there that acknowledge the history behind these holidays or the energies and don't want to be a part of it, as well as the people that feel left out or black sheeped, or those that struggle to find conscious support because being around family is just very hard for their energy or very diminishing on their psyche because of the way that family members may act. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm creating a space called Soul Fam Giving. And I will be kicking that off here live on this page, Sacred Light _33 at noon Eastern. And wow, not noon Eastern, actually. It's going to be, what is the time zone here?
I don't know.
But Costa Rica is an hour behind Eastern. So it'll actually be 1 o'clock Eastern for people in the Eastern time. Whoops. That's funny. But either way, it's gonna be beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern then, because I'll be at noon, an hour behind. But I'm gonna be holding that space for all of us to come together as Soul Fam, and it'll be an open community space where we can share, any wisdom or guidance with each other, just any supportive words, like we always do. As well as I'm going to be releasing and playing for all of us my YouTube premiere exclusive for my Lyra and Christo Golden White Light meditation, which I'm really excited to share with you guys because it's the first time in a while I've recorded a private meditation and actually edited it and worked on it utilizing different frequencies and sounds. So I definitely trust that you guys are going to enjoy it and will love the frequencies and the way I spent some time with this meditation. And I would definitely recommend when I play it that you guys have headphones, because the headphones make the sound experience with the way that I created it very three-dimensional and very submerging. It's very beneficial to have headphones for that meditation. And I will be dropping and releasing that meditation at 1:11 p.m. Eastern during the Soul Fam Giving. So we can all do that together in that space. And if you want to come on to share any Reiki, share any card readings for the collective, whatever it may be for our conscious soul community, feel free to let me know, and we can get that all cleared up and aligned, and we'll do so during the live. But I will be live at noon Eastern, and yeah, it's just going to be a very genuine and beautiful space. I really look forward to that. I'm going to play a song or two for y'all. Kind of break up the vibes a little bit. And then we'll step into our Soul Star Reiki for the day here at Rising with Ra. So this artist right here, his name is King Marco. You guys may want to check out King Marco sometime. Machismo with fuego, kundalini is my payroll. Sexy like queso, watch me whip
with a wrist, no watch, only crystal bracelets. Yeah, we stay lit. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside and we ain't going broke. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside and we ain't going broke.
You guys are lucky I don't have space to dance, or I start dancing right now.
Theory for the truth. That's why they still praise the outer influences. Just brush off their intuition. Never run them fading the inside while sound at the outside. Please don't waste my time with a wisdom.
So K Marco's myself, for everybody that doesn't know. I am a conscious rap artist. Go on YouTube, type in King Marco, We Woke. And then you click on that channel that it's under. It's got a picture of me. Got quite a few songs on there.
There's riches inside and we ain't going broke. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside and we ain't going broke. Live life timeless. I swear time be making us so damn lifeless. I embody the brightest and trend the lightest. I am you and I. Everything in between is illusion of me. The truth will set you free. You create your own destiny. Stay in course with peace and harmony. Yes indeed, yes
Hmm. All right. Now it's time for us to step into our Reiki share for today for the Soul Star Chakra. And let me educate y'all on the Soul Star Chakra a little bit before we get into it. So the Soul Star Chakra. The Soul Star Chakra is the chakra that is located above the crown, above the head. And the Soul Star, when it comes to its properties and qualities of use, it is the chakra that connects us to the Akashic records. It is also the chakra that brings us into the shamanic realms, such as soul retrieval. It is also the chakra for clearing past timelines, including patterns and karmic energy from past timelines. The Soul Star also connects us with our ability to be able to enter into our soul purpose and soul mission. So when we're clearing our soul star, we're making a way for clarity on bridging and connecting our physical life with our higher soul purpose. The soul star doesn't correlate to the physical body, as it's part of our light body or etheric body, as we call it. So you may begin feeling some sensations, maybe like some activation, tingling around this area above your head energetically. That is your soul star chakra. You can find different soul star frequencies on YouTube that you can listen to help activate it. And a couple of crystals that you can use to connect with it is mainly quartz, Lemurian quartz, clear quartz, rainbow aura quartz. And also the soul star is usually a golden white color. So right here, I'm going to be using my Lemurian quartz. And for this Reiki share, I basically guide us through and also show you how to do self-healing Reiki. So what you're going to want to do is either sit or lie down, go ahead and get yourself comfortable, and then you can use your crystal if you would like. Hold it in your left hand at first, because left is activation hand, and then place your right hand over top. And then hold it right above your head, maybe like a foot, and consciously connect, knowing that there is the soul star energy center right there. And then start to draw in your concentration inward. And you may close your eyes. Go ahead and begin breathing in through the nose, drawing that breath upwards to the soul star. Then drawing that breath out of the mouth. Now we're going to go ahead and take about 5 of these breaths together. And I'd also invite you to visualize golden white light being infused with the breath as you draw it up to the soul star chakra. Try to relax your shoulders as well. Let's go ahead and begin taking 5 breaths of golden white light up to the soul star, beginning now. Uashikiana siya ku ashina makura siya na sara ku ayana siya na ku yakana masiya na shuruku ayana si yamana suruku ayana siya na shuaya ku amayasi yamana surukaya ku ashana siya marukura yaya ikiyamasiya shuaya si. You may repeat these affirmations out loud or within your own mind at your own free will. I affirm that I am clear to receive and open to my highest soul purpose in this lifetime, in this body. I affirm that I am acknowledging my karmic ties, my karmic patterns, so they may be released and cleared back to source for the highest of all. And I am calling back my soul fragments through soul retrieval from all timelines and time and space that no longer serve for the highest of all. Taking a deep breath in. And release. And when you are ready, you may return back to your body. Namaste. Ashe. How are we all feeling? Thank you, kings and queens, Mother Gaia, for tapping in and being present for this Rising with Ra, as we are now closing out this space. If you missed the collective card reading for today, you may find this reading in the replay, which will be saved on this page. Also on my YouTube channel as well, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet and you really enjoy my content. I post meditations, go live. I have my podcast on there and some other things as well. Greatly appreciate all support and all love. If you are interested in joining in the trauma healing workshop this Saturday with our focus on the mother wound, feel free to direct message me. I can give you any information you need to reserve your spot. And it's $33 a session. If you're also interested in, If you're also interested in any of the Costa Rica Journey to the Jungle retreats coming up, feel free to message me. And you can also follow Journey to the Jungle here on Instagram, where you can find visuals, information, websites. The website is in the highlights, and the application is in the link in the bio. But just message me if you need any help navigating on how you can reserve your spot for the retreats. And nothing but love to all of you. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your new moon in Sagittarius. Remember Friday. Since I am here in Costa Rica, everything is going to be Central Time while I'm here. So I will actually be going live at 11:11 a.m. Central, which is going to be 12:11 p.m. Eastern. So tap in Friday, tap in, and rise together for another Rising with Ra, beginning at 11:11 a.m. Central Time. And don't forget about tomorrow as well, Soul Fam Giving, which will be beginning at noon Central Time, which will be 1 p.m. Eastern. And I will be releasing and dropping my guided meditation at 1:11 p.m. Central. Blessings, everybody. Thank you for tapping in.